Hello everyone to another Catan video. So I am in the first position and seems like there is not a lot of ore on this board. Decent amount of wheat and quite a lot of sheep. Very little brick as well and decent amount of wood. In any case, I believe 963 is excellent. I get the best wheat and ore on the board, and to pair with that, I have some sheep as well. 962 is also an option just because there is so little, uh, there is very little brick on the board. I will be going for some brick, and I believe I will be able to get sheep when it comes back to me for my second settlement. But in any case, I believe that isn't very strong. I mean, just going for a two brick isn't going to be game changing. Over here, I can point to the right and try building on the 3 to 1 port, but I believe somebody else will take it. So something like 6-5-11 and 6-2 can be taken by someone else, and based on that logic, I am pointing towards the ore port, and now I can also build on the 6 ore tile. Red goes for 8-4-3, that is completely fine. Because there is very little ore left on the board, I believe going for a road building strategy is also a decent plan to, like, that is a decent win condition, and I believe red is trying to focus on that. In any case, because I already have a strong ore and wheat, my win condition would be building cities and getting largest army and a few more dev cards. It's a very difficult board for gray and as well and yellow as well. It's difficult to get resources that coordinate with each other on this board. Gray goes for 9-5-10. I believe they'll be pointing downwards. Okay, they are trying to go to the 3 to 1 port. And I believe yellow does have the option of 6-5-11 and 6-2, as I mentioned in the very beginning. Um, Not sure what else they can do. Something like 8-3-4 and yeah, I mean, it's difficult, very difficult to select what you want to do. Maybe going for something like 8-3-4, 9-4-11 is an option, or maybe 8-3-4, 9-10-2 is an option as well. Maybe 8-5-10, 8-3-4, and then build on the 3-2-1 port. Yeah, yellow is taking quite some time to place their settlements, which I completely understand. On a board like this, okay, they go for 6-5-11, so now I do think 6-2 is a very real possibility. So the time ends before yellow was able to place the road, so I am not sure if yellow wanted to point to the right or was the AI. Okay, they go for 10-3-8. Not sure if that's the best thing that they could have done. I mean, they do get all 5 resources, but they have a lot of sheep in hand with no port nearby. They have very little ore to go with their wheat and sheep. Also, not a lot of wood and brick. So, I believe yellow will be stuck with a lot of sheep in hand most of the time. Grey goes for 5-10-2, which makes complete sense at this point. The only problem with that setup, I believe, is they are very dependent on 5s and 10s to roll. Red here can go for 6, uh, 11, 12, or maybe something like 9, 10, 11. Either of them are just fine, I believe. Yeah, red does go for 6, 11, 12. And at this point, I can go for something like 9, 4, 11, or maybe 9, 10, 11 is also fine. The other option I have is going for 6, 3, but then I am also very dependent on 6 and 3s rolling a lot. I can also go for something like 8, 5 and try getting to the 3s to 1 port before Grey can reach there. In any case, I believe Grey will be trying to go to this 6-2 port first. Yeah, so at this point, I believe just increasing my wheat and overproduction seems fine. Although I have very little sheep, but I think because there is a lot of sheep on board, I will be able to get some trades for sheep. So that's what I will do. I will point to the right. There's no point, I mean, pointing to left or down doesn't make a lot of sense. Uh, Pointing to the right is just fine, trying to get to the 3s to 1 port. I do roll a 6 early on, so that's fine. I'll just end my turn. Can't do much with the cards I have in hand. The reason why I went for 9, 10, 11 and not 9, 4, 11 is because there is 10 being blocked is very unlikely. Only red will block 10. So I do have a dev card in hand early on. So for 3, 4, 6 and 8s have rolled so far. I mean, so Grey hasn't received any card in this turn. So just trying to keep a track of what cards people have. Do roll another 6. I believe it's just fine to hold on to the cards I have in hand, or otherwise I can try something like this. Getting an early city will be very, very good. So yeah, I'll just hold on to the cards I have in hand. Hopefully a 9 rolls giving me, yeah, so now if a 9 rolls, I will be able to get a city and a dev card. So that will be a very strong setup for me early on. Not sure if this was the right move. I believe red should have tried going to the 3s to 1 port before going for anything else. Mm, yeah, I don't mind giving away my wheat because if a 9 rolls, I will be able to uh, get wheat back for the city. So far, let me go for something like this. So far, if you see, this is the problem with feast or famine for Grey. Grey hasn't received any cards in the past 2 turns. Four rolls here, and so not sure what I can do. I will just offer a sheep. I don't think anybody will be wanting a sheep. So I might just have to end my turn with a dev card. I don't have the wood that red is looking for. I don't produce any. So I do get a dev card and in my turn. Nines didn't roll or else I would have been able to get a city as well. So red here should be blocking the 10 brick and probably stealing from me. Yes, completely makes sense there. So green does get their road towards the 3:1 port and a 9 rolls. That's really good for me. Um, so nobody has a wheat in hand, but gray does have a wood. So probably still, yeah. So I might want to block gray and try stealing their wood. Luckily, I do get the wood that I'm looking for. So that will give me my city, and at this point I will be building towards the towards the ore port because ore is the resource that I produce the most of, and I don't think I will be able to compete with gray, especially because even if I try building a road, somebody else might help gray and not want me to get to the 3:1 port. So based on that logic, I will just build my road towards the ore port. Yeah, so I believe the 9 wheat or the 6 ore gets blocked. Yeah, so does block my 9 wheat and steals my ore. That's a little unlucky. Would love to roll a 7 on my turn. At this point, I believe I will be blocking the 6 sheep and stealing from red because red has 8 just rolls, so red has a wood in hand. That is all dependent if I can roll a 7 in the first place. I roll an 8, so not much that I can do with the sheep and just end my turn there. 5 rolls, that's an excellent roll for grey. Not sure what red is trying to do. They are offering a ore, but so that's the ore that they stole from me. But sorry, I think so. Gray was able to steal a ore from me. Red just has one ore to begin with, and no 11s have rolled since. So don't think red should be giving away a resource that they produce very little of. A 9 does roll. That's unlucky that I have to lose 3 wheats at this point. 12 rolls. That's a rare wheat for red. Another 9 rolls, so quite a few cards blocked. I don't mind this 7. I mean, in any case, I believe my 6 ore gets blocked, so that is an issue. Okay, 10 brick is blocked. That's not the worst case at all. And steals from yellow. Yeah, so now red is in a very strong position, I believe. Yeah, gray is continues targeting me. That's a little unlucky there for me, but luckily grey does roll a 7 and now has to steal from yellow because I don't have any cards in hand. I do roll a 9. 4 doesn't help me much, so I'll just have to end my turn. Yeah, so 3s and 6s did roll early on, and I was able to get my dev card as well as a city early on, but then since then 6s haven't rolled at all, and couple of 9s that were blocked are all a little detrimental to my game plan. Grey is taking quite some time to decide what they want to do. I believe they just go for a single dev card. Another 9 is completely fine by me. At least if 6 or 3 rolls I can get something after doing a 3 is to 1, oh, sorry, a 4 is to 1. So yellow also goes for a dev card but gives away a wheat and a sheep to red. I believe that's an excellent trade for red. A 6 does roll, so I at this point can get a single dev card or I can get another city. Doing a 4 is to 1 and then getting a single dev card is a little too expensive, but so I can go for a second city. But at this point, I believe because yellow is accepting that trade so cheaply, just doing a 1 is to 1, I wouldn't mind getting a single dev card at this point. So I do get a knight and I do have 5 cards in hand. Not sure if I should be holding on to them. Maybe a trade like this, or I can just do a 4 is to 1 into a wood and hold on to the cards that I have in hand. That is an option. Yeah, seems like nobody wants the wheat. At this point, although wood is an important resource because I don't produce any, I don't think doing a 4 is to 1 is very helpful. Yeah, so red is growing quite quickly at this point. They also get the wood port now, and they have an 8 wood. A couple of sixes would be very nice. I will ask for a wood. Let's see if I get that trade. I wouldn't mind doing a 1 is to 1 either. Or they don't counter offer it again. Should be blocking the 8 wood or maybe the 10 wheat. Yeah. But that's unlucky because they should have kept a track of the cards red has and should have blocked the 10 wheat so that they can get something in return. I do roll a 4. So let's see if I can get something for a wheat. I know red has only one brick, so I can get my settlement if I steal from red, and I can follow that with a dev card as well. So that is something that I will surely be doing. And I get another knight, so that is good for me. So if anybody does block me, I will be able to play my knight and get the largest army. Now my next focus would be to get another city. 11 is good, gives me an ore. So now I have a city in hand that is really nice. And a 3 rolls. So another 6 will be really good for me. I'll be able to get 2 dev cards and a city. That will be really strong. So I do roll a 6. Wow, that's excellent for me. Getting a city and 2 dev cards in one turn is very strong. The only unfortunate part is all the cards that I have pulled so far are just knights. Monopoly or road building would have been really good. And me playing my knight aggressively and blocking the 6 has been very good as well, because couple of sixes have rolled and both red and yellow have lost on getting sheeps. So I will be able to get another dev card on my turn. Just do a 2 is to 1 here. If I had a monopoly, I would surely have played it on over. I know all the 4 cards that red has are monopolies. Let me just offer an or. If somebody is willing to do a 1 is to 1, I will accept it. Yeah, and red might do it for wood, but I don't want it. So at this point, I'll just get a single dev card. I do get a year of plenty. Hmm. I can play my knight and steal from yellow and get another dev card. I believe that is something that I am considering, because I believe I will be able to get a sheep if I steal from yellow. So let me just do that. Yeah, I do get a sheep, so that is as expected, and I'll go for another dev card here. I get a monopoly, that's also decent. So red here has 4 ores and 2 woods in hand, so they can get a single dev card. And if they roll a 8, they will be able to get a city. Does roll a 9, that is decently strong for me. Wouldn't want to trade with uh, red. I mean, if I give wheat to red, red does a 2 is to 1 with their wood and gets a. No, I don't want to trade with red. I don't want to give the opportunity to red to get a dev card. They have 4 ores in hand, and me getting those 4 ores after playing my monopoly would be very strong. So now they have 4 ores and a wheat in hand. Here I can just try and get longest road as well. So if I play a Monopoly and I'm able to get a longest road and a dev card, and if it's a victory point, I'll just win the game. Yeah. Seems like Brown is just AFK. They might have quit. Okay, Brown hasn't quit. Another 9 is rolled, so I do have quite a lot of wheat in hand. I believe Brown will be able to get their settlement, or they don't. I wouldn't mind rolling up if a couple of 11s are rolled. And 8 is rolled, okay. So I can play my Monopoly on wood. Yeah, I don't want to trade with anyone at this point. I am in a much stronger position. So red here has at least 2 wood in hand, and so does grey. So if I play my Monopoly on wood, I can build 2 roads and get the longest road. Another 8 is rolled. I can also play a Monopoly on sheep. Um, but yeah, playing a Monopoly on sheep targets only yellow. I would rather play it on wood. Yeah, and this gives me puts me in a much stronger position. Yeah, let's see if anybody wants a wood back. I don't mind trading right now. So red has 4 ores and a wheat in hand, and not sure what grey has. I don't think I'll be able to get the longest road. Oh, okay. Yeah, I will go for those trades. Red needs to be a little quick. Seems like red is taking quite some time, so let me just get the longest road this turn. Yeah. And although I do have to end my turn with quite a few cards in hand, but I believe that's fine. So at this point, I don't need to play my knight. I can just get 2 bricks and build a road and a settlement and win the game. So that is a little unfortunate for everyone else that I had such a lucky and a strong game here, but that's how it is sometimes. A very quick game, pretty much uncontested. Um, so in the beginning, when I stole from green, I was able to get exactly 1 wood which I wanted. Also, I was able to get wheat from yellow when I played my knight. When the 8 brick was blocked, I played my knight aggressively and blocked the 6 sheep, and couple of sixes rolled. So I was very lucky. Even the trade for getting playing Monopoly, I did not play it on ore and I played it on wood. That helped me get the longest road. So yeah, I mean, I was lucky, but my strategy was pretty good as well. Uh, that said, I mean, sixes and nines were very strong for me, and so 9 gray just got 1 wood, whereas I was getting 3 wheat because I had an early city, and on 6 red and yellow was getting one sheep, whereas I was getting two ores along with the ore port. I had like two extra knights in hand, so a quick and easy game for me, pretty much uncontested. Grey ends on 2 points, that's very unlucky. Let's see the elo board now. So that win does put me over like under 10,000 or under 1,000 when it comes to ranking, so that's good. And my elo is now at 1287, so that's decent as well. Yeah. Anyways, bye for now and see you again in the next video.